Rise of Wealth Warriors. Today's going to be an awesome episode, guys. So grab your pens and papers, grab your coffee. We're not selling anything. We're not promoting anything. And we have multi-seven-figure Mr. Nathan Lucas coming on to give you guys some massive YouTube value. Guys, I'm super excited for this. A few years since we had Mr. Nathan Lucas on here. We've had him on a couple times already on this podcast. And we're excited to bring him back on. Let's just bring him on and get him started. Dan, you want to say anything?
Let's go. Let's jump right into it, okay? So today is a special masterclass by our longtime friend and also our idol, if you will, right? When we first started out. So Mr. Nathan Lucas.
Boom.
Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
And so before we get started here, do you want to just, for those of, I don't know who doesn't know who you are, but for those of you who don't know who you are, do you want to just give us a background of who you are, where you came from, and what you've done in the industry?
My name's Nathan Lucas, and I started online business, I want to say about a decade ago, which is crazy. So at the time of we're doing this, it's 2025. I started my YouTube channel in 2014, and I didn't really do anything with it that first year. Basically, when I started, I was into MLM like so many people were, and I was just looking for ways to grow it because I was sick of talking to coworkers, the coffee meetings and that crap. It was not me. And I liked the idea of the opportunity, but I hated the idea of the old school mindset. I knew the internet existed and I didn't want to talk to people anymore, especially people I knew. It was just cringy to me. So I started getting on YouTube and I started finding internet marketers growing their businesses. And at that time, even MLMs using YouTube. And so it really interested me that I could just create content, put it out there, and you create that piece of content and it can work for you over and over. So that's what I started doing. And I ended up in that process promoting a program that was like a training for teaching network marketers to bring their business online, which I would get commissions for. So that was actually affiliate marketing. And that's where I really started making money, was through affiliate marketing. And that just kind of blew open the doors for me to see what was possible. And then I started to go to live events and start making friends in the space, rubbing shoulders with people who I thought were doing insane amount of numbers. And I go, is that truly possible? And once I found out and I started meeting people, I go, man, these guys are no different than me. It's not like they have a secret code that's not achievable by myself or anyone. So once that clicked, it was game over and I really started creating content online. I wasn't good in the beginning and it took some time, especially with YouTube, and it ended up building up. So over time, I was actually able to start bringing in income. I'm trying to think. I think it was the end of 2017 into 2018 where I knew because I started getting traction on videos and getting views, daily leads, like tons of leads. And then the sales started coming in. And I just was working it. I was full-time in the military, so I was working this after work. And it was a lot of work, but I just made it happen. I said, I'm just going to start doing a video. Just do a video. That's my only assignment, if you will. And to date, I've done over 1.2 million in affiliate sales. That's not selling anything that I created. So it was only other people's stuff, which over the past few years, I've even launched programs and then stopped promoting my own stuff. And I'll tell you, after that, just the launch process, I have so much respect for people who run their own programs. It's so much work. And affiliate marketing, now that I have kind of a dual perspective, affiliate marketing can really give you a freedom business. It truly can. And sure, there's a lot more to be made if you sell your own stuff, which has completely changed in the last few years with MRR. So throw that out the window. It's a crazy opportunity that you can come online, sell other people's products and change your life. And through YouTube is how I chose to do it. And times have actually changed on YouTube where if you have a small channel, it's not like, a decade ago when I started, you can get traction, you can make money, you can do it with a very small channel. And it's not like how you used to have subscribers. So you can start on YouTube and I'd say within the first month or two, start generating leads and potentially sales that fast, which is crazy. So yeah, YouTube has completely changed my life. And it's really cool that you can put content out there and it can work for you for months and even years. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about today, is basically what I know with YouTube, the process of putting a YouTube video up there to have it generate leads and sales for you and work for you 24/7.
And for people who don't know, Nathan, can you let us know that how many subscribers that you have on your YouTube channel right now?
I think I'm about 380. Yeah, 380,000, which I took a long break and I saw that drop down. And then in September, I started posting again. So I was down, I don't know, 5,000-6,000. I've regained over the last few months by just posting again.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
I just wanted to bring it up because you'd mentioned that you'd mentioned earlier while you were chatting there about your journey and stuff, and how you're talking about you weren't sure if you could do what others are doing, right? Which is kind of funny because me and Daniel used to idolize you when we first started, right? You were the first one to hit $1 million with Legendary Marketer, right?
Yeah.
You were the top affiliate in the industry, right? And me and Daniel looked up to you when we first started. We were like, we want to be that guy. We want to be holding that award, right? The one that's behind you, right? And that, like, you were a big inspiration to me and Daniel when we first started, and still are, right? So that's why we love bringing you on, because we've actually been able to follow your footsteps. We've been able to follow Jonathan's footsteps. We've been able to follow a few other marketers in the industry, right? But just going from nothing from watching you, right? Watching you in the industry to now me and Daniel being up there in the industry with just pretty much the same level as you guys, right? It's actually quite amazing, right? It just goes to show that you guys can idolize top marketers in the industry, follow what they do, listen to what they do, right? And you can achieve what you want to achieve, right? It's from me 4 years ago when I first started seeing your videos, I would have never have guessed I would have done $1 million online, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy. It is crazy, because if you think about it, right? Like, the online industry, man, is changing so many people's lives.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring that up because you have been a big inspiration to me and Daniel over the years, right? Especially
That is so cool, man.
Yeah.
And when I hear that, I mean, I have an appreciation for that, because it feels like yesterday I was in the same situation, same boat. I had people I looked up to. And then next thing you know, you become friends with people and you're like, man, it's so cool. And really, it's just, we're on a mission of freedom, right? For me, that's what it's about. And really, that's what a lot of people are after. I was in the military, so, I was really good at being told what to do. So, I was just like, well, and I actually liked being in, but everyone has their own reasons of why they do this. And I think once you have a click of, oh crap, this isn't just they are doing it. It's like once you get those first results and you realize this can be attainable by me, it changes everything, mentally. And then when you have that mental roadblock taken down, then the actions just follow, and it snowballs, and you're like, holy crap, there's my first 1,000, there's my first 10, 20, and it just goes, man. It's just cool. And it's cool to see you guys, how you just ran with it, man. You guys were sprinting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We ain't stopping either, man.
Yeah, don't do what I did.
We had the same feeling as you, right? That when we just got started, when me and Nathan look at you, I mean, we would never imagine we could get to that one day we can have that $1 million award, right? And so I do find one thing in common. If I look at all the people who achieve the results they wanted, there might be different way to get the results, but they all have one common thing: is about sheer belief. Just like me and Nathan, when we look at you, right? If you can do it, we got to find out how we can achieve that too. That's why we model you. We're learning from you and Jordan, from all these people. So I remember that feeling vividly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right, so let's jump right into it. I mean, yeah, today is your show.
If you guys are excited and want to see this training, give us a 2 down below. Give us a 2 down below. If you guys are pumped for this, because you trust me, you guys, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Those awards look good behind you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I just got to hit this present button, right? Let's check it out.
Did you see Jonathan's $25 million award? Damn, that's sexy.
I didn't see the video, but I saw that he was unboxing it.
Yeah,
I saw
it
this
lights up. I didn't even know that.
I saw him on stage one with it. Yeah, that's crazy. stage or something.
There we
Okay.
go.
There we
Here
go.
it is.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Can you make it a little bit bigger?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me do that.
There you go.
And then if I switch tabs, I just want to make sure, okay, that's not working. So there we go.
Okay.
And then if I switch this, you guys
Yeah.
see that's the switch?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, let's dive in. So I'm going to go over some YouTube stuff with you guys. This is that software. Just so you guys know what we're going to be covering here, I'll just right off the bat tell you. This is a AI software. It's completely free to use, or an application. It's called Napkin. You know, like a napkin you wipe your mouth with. Napkin.ai, and it allows you to generate pretty cool graphics and stuff just like this. So you just highlight what you're going to make a graphic on. You press this little button and it does its AI magic, and it'll spit out different versions of what you can use here. And you can actually go between them and choose. So really cool. That's what I used to put this together.
God. Immediate value. Nathan, thank you so much.
Yeah. So I don't remember who told me about this, but I saw a video online. Oh, actually, it was an owner of another software company, and he brought this up and just shared it like in a Facebook group. I go, dude, that is sick. And it's free, which is crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go over this. I'm going to share with you guys the YouTube sales machine and how to use your YouTube videos to build any business that you want. Okay, you can be selling your own stuff, affiliate marketing stuff, really whatever you want. You can use what I'm going to share with you guys today to build your business. So I'm not going to go over the intro because I kind of gave you guys my background, but let's start with the biggest problem. When you're coming onto YouTube, it's really hard to basically separate your mindset of a YouTuber versus a YouTube business owner. You're using YouTube to build your business. You're not using it to be a YouTuber, right? We're doing it with intent. So a lot of people will focus on views, subscribers, and conversions, which views is good. You do want views. Subscribers kind of builds credibility, but they don't focus on conversions. And that's really the most important thing here, is because you don't want to just create videos to create videos. You want to make money from those videos. So we kind of get away from this, but you can do it strategically. We'll talk more about everything here, but you want to have intent with your videos. And some people will just post just for the sake of getting views. And that's a terrible idea. And it can actually hurt your channel depending on what you're growing it for. If you're only posting specifically for views and it's not aligned with your sales process, it can hurt your channel and your sales. So this is really the biggest thing I could tell you just right here is you want to treat your YouTube channel like a business, because ultimately if something pays you money, that's a business, right? So the traditional approach is simply posting content for views and to build without the intent of being strategic, which is what we want to do for conversions. And that's ultimately the biggest thing here that I can tell you guys is when you're creating content, be sure to just ask yourself, is this going to build my business, generate leads and sales, or is it not? And that's really what it comes down to. So here's what we're covering today, how to attract customers with your content, how to structure your videos to generate leads, basically on autopilot, which is why I love YouTube so much. And then a simple system where you can turn those views into sales, even with a small channel, like I said at the beginning, especially now in 2025. I'm seeing so many examples where YouTube's actually pushing small creators, which is awesome, because it's not like back in the day where when I was doing it early on, you had to build your channel, build subscribers before YouTube gave you any love to push your videos out. And it's not like that anymore, which is really cool. So let's go over the YouTube sales machine, and this is going to be the framework. What's up?
I said my whole 2,700 followers.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't matter. Small channels, whatever. I'm actually really considering starting a new channel just for more freedom to just test and build, right? So let's go over this. Okay, so in order to attract people to buy from you, these are the three things. And then we have down here, you can see this, the high intent topics. Always provide upfront value in your videos, and then compelling titles and thumbnails. So there are different tools. I didn't bring them up. I don't know them off the top of my head, but you could simply Google it and you can do thumbnail testers. Can I zoom that in? Sweet. There's softwares out there that are free, websites where you can test your thumbnails. And basically what it will do is you can do a search and it will pull up that current search on YouTube. and you can test what your thumbnail is going to look like beside your other videos on your channel, and then also in the search results, which is really cool because you want it to pop, right? And there's tools to do that, but you want to use compelling titles, thumbnails, so the standard stuff that you're used to hearing. And then value is really, some people say, well, what is value? Value is, in my opinion, it's a feeling. It's a feeling that people get after or while watching your video. Because sometimes if you're doing an inspirational video, some people say, well, you didn't teach anything. And so some people might say, well, there was no value in that video. That's not true. Because if you create a video that makes people feel a certain way, and let's just say I did an inspirational video, a motivational video to help people understand entrepreneurship, that they can do it, and to, break down mental roadblocks. If they feel differently in a positive way, that's value. And value is transferred from one person to the other. They think, okay, I remember that video. I remember that person because of the way they made me feel. That is a form of value. Now, outside of our niche, and you look at entertainment, right? Value is simply getting people to watch your videos and entertain them. That's simply value. I follow RVer channels because my wife and I like to camp in our RV, and I have people that I like to watch. And not every one of their videos, most of them not, are giving you tips with RVing. It's more like a vlog, and that's value to me. So that's the first thing, is to attract. The next thing is to capture. And this is probably the most important part when it comes to the business side of using YouTube. And that is to capture leads, right? And you can do this a few different ways. Let me see. So convert, we'll come back to that. But you basically want what you see here on the screen, okay? You want a call to action integrated inside your video, a lead capture form, which, hey, look at this. This is a perfect example of a lead capture form where people can come here, put their name and email in, you're generating a lead. And then we'll go to the follow-up after that. But this is what you want to do, is generate those leads. And you can do this several ways. You can quickly mention it in the video. And I think I had that, the soft. Yeah, right here. So when we come over the structure, I'll tell you guys about the soft call to action. But you want to make sure that you mention it inside your video. And so you'll put it in the description, and I'll show you an example of it live on a YouTube video. You put it in the description of your video where they will go to a landing page like this. And then you can use a software that will generate that lead for you like that. And that allows you to follow up with people. And that's how you convert them into sales, which goes into convert. And so this is the automation. This is what allows you to generate passive income. So you're going to automate with emails or DM flows. You can use tools like ManyChat, or even in Funnel Freedom, they allow you to, depending on what you use, you can send people over to like an Instagram and have them just DM you a certain word, and the software you can automate that process. ManyChat is probably just the more well-known one that people may have heard of. And your content pre-sells your product or service, and then your sales funnel process is what actually sells it. And the cool thing, especially like with Funnel Freedom, you set this up one time, it'll just sell for you in the background, which is, I've never seen anything like this before. Jonathan came out with this software. It's freaking awesome. So if you guys haven't, do a free trial of Funnel Freedom. It's freaking awesome. So you automate the follow-up with emails / whatever software you want to use. Your content should always pre-sell before they even go to it. So you want to get them interested in what you have to offer. So you do that in your videos. You can simply mention it in the beginning, and then later you give a harder call to action. And in this process, you're creating a video ecosystem. And the ecosystem is this. Basically, people want to feel like they know, like, and trust you before they buy anything. And that comes back from way back in the MLM days, which is the know, like, and trust. But it's true for any business if you're selling anything online, especially what I'm more specifically talking about is the digital age, right? You're selling digital products or courses or information. Usually people aren't just going to randomly buy from you, and they need to see it multiple times, which is why it's so important to capture those leads. Okay. So now let's go over this whole thing, because will really break it down. So here's the structure of what you want to do inside of a video. You want to give a hook in the beginning. And I've been testing different hooks, and you can use ChatGPT for this. Just come over here and type it in and say, here's what my video is about. And the more information you give ChatGPT, the better results you'll get. So you want to tell them what your video is about. tell them what you're going to be sharing in that video, and work with ChatGPT and AI. Like, we are in an AI age now. Like, even my entire presentation, like I told you, AI helped me build this. AI helps me with all my YouTube videos, and I use it specifically for my hooks. And once you find something that works and you notice that, okay, these hooks are getting better views and retention, and you can see that inside your YouTube studio, then reuse those hooks with different topics. You're just changing out the subjects and what you're talking about, but use ChatGPT for that. You want to, if you have any credibility or authority, make sure you put this in the very beginning. So if you have experience with something, how do I get rid of this? Cancel. There we go. If you have experience with something, anything, you always want to include that. I'll give you a great example of when I started. I was not making money. And of course, I'm in what you would call the make money online niche, showing people different opportunities to learn how to make money on the internet. Well, when you get into this space and you have no experience, it really hinders people from thinking that they can't create content that will convert into sales. That's not true. So what I did is, once I started getting my very first results, and by that, I mean my first leads, I then created a lead magnet around how I was generating leads, even though it was very few. And that was my lead magnet. That's how I started doing it. So I always wanted to be authentic and truthful and honest. So I never wanted to say something like, oh, learn how to make this. I'm making that, when I never was. So as I was getting results in my business, I started with leads, and then I was able to convert that once I started making sales. How I made my first $1,000, how I made my first sale, how I made my first 1,000. And I changed my lead magnet as it went on. So you don't have to have crazy results to start this. So in the video, let's break this down. So here's how it goes. And we're starting from the bottom here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. So it's a hook. In that hook, you want to have that credibility, and then tell them what they're going to be, what you're going to deliver in that video. A quick intro to establish your authority and credibility. You're going to deliver the content, whatever that may be. Now remember, value can be, I'm teaching something, or inspiration. You want to focus on how is this going to make someone feel when you're delivering that content. You can give a soft call to action. So this is what I was talking about. Anywhere in your video, and you can do this in the beginning. Some people say, don't sell in the very beginning of the video, which is true. If you focus like a minute or two in a video in the beginning, selling something, people are going to click away and they're gone. But you can simply bring it up and say, hey, if you want to learn more, I have a course, I have this, a free lead magnet. It's down below. Check that link out, whatever, and I'll give it to you for free. And then you continue with your content. But at the end of your content, you want a hard call to action. That call to action, and I do break this rule a lot of times, is you typically want to direct someone to one thing. So if you're giving a call to action to subscribe, to also go grab your link, to like the video, and you do all these things at once, which I'm guilty, I do it. A confused mind won't do anything. So you give them too many options, they're more likely to not do anything. But if you can sequence it to where you have a soft call to action in the beginning, somewhere in the middle of there, you say, hey, if you like this content, be sure to subscribe for more. And so space it out, right? And then at the end, a hard call to action. I think that's probably one of the better ways to do that. But this is how you're going to really generate your leads and make sales, is the call to action. And keep in mind, when you're creating these videos, it's 24/7. They're working for you forever. So if you get this right in each video, just remember, you're almost duplicating yourself and your efforts. And when I've done this, and I'll share with you some of the videos I did, it was crazy, man. I was getting leads, sales. I think at one point I was generating between 100 and 200 leads every single day when I had videos popping, and it was doing it for months. It was crazy. And so that's why I love YouTube, is because you do it long enough and you get better at it. It can really, really grow your business in a way that, when I thought about it, I didn't realize how powerful it was, but YouTube is one of the most powerful things. So here are the assets for how all this works, okay? And then I'm going to jump onto YouTube and share some of this, what it really looks like. So you have a strategy, and the YouTube strategy is really simple. And I still do this, but there's now tools out there like vidIQ that help you do this. Is you want to go find content that's working for other people, and then you want to emulate that. You're not going to copy it word for word or anything like that, but you're going to emulate those videos because they're working. And I'll share with you vidIQ in just a minute. Okay. You're going to have an opt-in funnel. This is what I shared with you here, something where you generate the leads. You're going to have your actual lead magnet that will be delivered. And then here's where the automation comes in. And that is to nurture those leads, to convert them into sales. You can use softwares just like Funnel Freedom, does it automatically for you. You set it up one time and it's super cool because now once you generate the lead, it's not just that one video working for you. You have them on an email list, you have them in a sequence, and it just keeps working for you. Okay. So you guys getting value out of this? Drop a
fantastic.
Drop a 2 in the chat.
drop number 1 in the chat. Okay.
Yeah. Number 1
value so far.
And at the end, if there's any questions, we'll go over any questions that anyone has. So I'll jump over to my channel here and I'm going to simply sort by popular. And I want to share a couple different styles that have worked for me over time. Okay. Now I'll tell you this too. A lot of gurus and stuff will tell you there's only one specific way to do it. That's not true. So I'm going to suggest some things to you, but I don't have the Bible of YouTube. Okay. You can still experiment with this and come up with things that are working for you too. But what I have found just based on the data from my videos is listicles work really well. So you can see right here, 10 websites, this one right here, 10 websites. See if there's any more. Top 2 free apps. So when I'm giving a number value of something, for some reason, the retention is longer. And when the retention's longer on a video, YouTube pushes it out more. So if I have 10 methods or ways or whatever I'm sharing with people, they see number 1, number 2, number 3, and they want to see what number 4 is, right? And you can also, which I don't think I did, but you can have little hacks, psychological hacks, like you got to stick around for number 6 because it's going to blow your mind, right? In the hook. And then now you just mention number 6 in their brain, they're more likely to stick around longer to see what number 6 is. And right here, you can see 8 work from home jobs. So you can see that that's one way of doing it. Another really easy, direct way of getting sales with YouTube is to do review videos, which I don't see any right here, but they work. And I'm specifically thinking of someone, you guys know Jack. I know he's in your program. I mean, this dude is just like crushing it. And he's basically doing specific product reviews because people are searching for them and he's crushing it. So if you have a product that you know of that you want to promote as an affiliate, you create that and you mention it in the title. So in the title, you mention that product and then you have review in there. And then of course you want to hook them in your thumbnail too as well. So that's another one, is to do direct reviews. And then the other one is just to do straight result driven. So what are people searching for? What's the result? I want to start a brand new business. How to start a business starting from zero online, right? So direct result. What are people wanting to do? Put it in your title. And I'm not going to go into I did a presentation, and before doing this with you guys, I had a presentation I did for another company years ago, and I brought those slides up and I was like, maybe I should pick apart some of this stuff because I talked about YouTube SEO and description SEO and tags and all that. It really doesn't matter nowadays. The only thing that matters, in my opinion, is a title. That's it. Especially with AI, and YouTube uses AI. That's really all they need. It's smart enough to know what the video is about. So that's the most important thing, is your title. Aside from that, you can do whatever you want in the description. Now, I know that's going against other YouTube gurus, but I've seen literally videos go viral, hundreds of thousands of views, even millions of views. I look at their description, there's nothing in it. There's a link, buy my course, I'm like, they did no SEO. There's no tags. And I actually experimented with tags too. And I was like, I'm going to try no tags. And I had several videos over the last months do pretty well for my channel, 0 tags. So don't stress about the SEO. The only thing that you should put time and effort into, in my opinion, is the title. Okay. So let's go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to latest here. And you could see right here, I did one for a company. This is a review video. So I am doing that. It is a method that works. And I know I've gotten sales from just that video right here. Here's one right here that I would say is what I talked about, a direct result, right? So I'm targeting the term ChatGPT. So people looking to make money with AI. And just be careful with your titles because, YouTube if you're over promising things, right, you can get strikes from YouTube. So just be careful of that. But there was one specifically that I wanted to share with you guys. Here's a more recent one. I did this several times, but one that can really help you grow faster and make money faster is taking advantage of trends. So right here, this is an example of this. So you can see this video's less than 1,000. This one's about 1,000, and this one's 5,000 views. Okay. And I did more than one, but I'm mentioning DeepSeek AI. And DeepSeek is simply like ChatGPT, is fairly new, but I noticed on YouTube it's trending. And when people were creating content around it, I was like, okay, I can still take that in my wheelhouse of AI and work that into my business. And so if you can do that with trends, that you can still align with whatever it is that you're selling and what your business is, your topic is about, that's really going to help you a lot. And so this is an example of me doing that, is taking advantage of a trend to get targeted views of still people. I'm talking about how can I make money online, but now we're just refocusing it into something like AI. Okay. So let me see if I actually open this one, and I'll have to pause it here. And I come down, I just want to share with you the process. So in the description here, I have a link. So I say, ready to start your online business, how I made my first million. Now, obviously, if you haven't made your first million, you would not say anything like that. Remember, be truthful and honest in your marketing. But in here, in your video, like we talked about with the soft call to action and the hard call to action, you always want to mention that down below, you have something for them. Okay. And this is going to be something just like this, which is called your lead capture page. And so that's the process of using YouTube videos to put your business on autopilot, which is cool. And then the last thing I want to share with you guys, and I'm sure that there'll be some questions here. We'll go over questions too. The right side here, this is a Google Chrome extension called vidIQ. I still to this day, right now, I'm only using the free version. But this can give you some really good information. So you can see my channel tags, and this is on any video, depending on if you're on the overview tab or the views tab, it'll show you the video tags as well. Now, like I said, I don't think these are as important, but I literally picked apart what other videos that were doing well, copied those tags into my video. So I also want to show you, let's do a search. I'm just going to say, can you guys see that? How to make money with AI. And I'll just choose this top one here. And hopefully this works. Yes. So right here, one cool thing that you can see is you can see the channel subscribers. Okay. So right here, this guy, Jim Shirley, has less than 10,000 subscribers, and his video was posted a day ago and it's got 14,000 views. So right off the bat, I might look at this. And then the other thing that you want to look at, and this is what's really cool, this is really what I wanted to show you here, is this one right here. This little badge is called an outlier score. And again, this is all with vidIQ, completely free version. And you can see that this is 100x the rest of his videos. This is telling me that this guy, this channel, I can see his subscribers, and I can come here and I can see this outlier score. So what I would do is maybe I would click this button here and I would click on this share button. Whoops, I actually clicked on it. So what you can do is grab the URL. So I think actually if I right click, I can copy link address. That's one way to do it. Or you can click on the dots and you can click on share, and then you can copy the link. And what I like to do is maybe use something like Google Sheets and put it in there as a potential video that I want to create as inspiration for my own channel. And so one of the hardest things in being a creative, which I feel like I'm just a really, really good researcher, I guess, of just finding what works. I don't reinvent the wheel. And the only time, if I were to create content, is there a way I can bring it back to me? Let me see. I guess that's fine. Is just use what works. Don't reinvent the wheel. And if you do, make sure that every single video has a purpose. So let's just say that I don't do a video with research. I don't do that. The point of that would be to build trust and build authority with my audience. So if I just talk about my experiences, right? Or I do a talking head video, there's still a point to those videos because, like I said before, people need to know, like, and trust you in order to buy from you. And then the magic happens all on the back end with the follow-up. So that's what I had for the training, you guys. That is it.
That is amazing. Wow. I got 2 pages of notes right here. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm sure I left out a bunch of stuff. That always happens where I go, oh, shoot, I forgot to mention this or bring that up. But I think hopefully people got value out of that.
Sounds good. You guys enjoy the training. I mean, give us number 9, okay? Thank you. Let's give big round of applause to Nathan Lucas for sharing with us his YouTube framework. And if you have any questions, right, now is the time, okay? We're going to open the floor up to have Nathan answer any questions that you may have when it comes to building your business, right? When it comes to building your YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, ask. Nate.
Yeah, I actually have a quick question for you. What for somebody who's like with a low channel like mine, what would be the best kind of content to create, to go out there and create to attract the right audience? Is it review videos? Is it like theme pages? What's like the hot topic these days that's really blowing up?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the fastest way to get traction is if you can find a way to hit a trend that still works within your wheelhouse of what your business is and what you're promoting. Like I showed you the example with the AI. Over the last months of posting, and I've been on a break for about a month now, 4 weeks or so. But since September, I was posting. And just from all the videos that I did, because you saw I did a review video, I've done AI videos, I've done make money videos. The ones that have done the best are trends. And as we're talking about it, I'll see if I can bring it up and find it. But there was one specific trend where I was talking about Google. And for some reason, it was blowing up for other people. So I tapped into that trend and it worked. So if you can find a trend that's doing really well for other people and also use vidIQ to see those videos with smaller channels, and if they have an outlier, there's no reason that if you do the same topic, and look at their hook too, and work on your hook, because I've done videos recently where it's the same video idea, same topic, but I changed the hook, and when you have a good hook, people stay longer. So even just changing the hook, but the whole idea of the video is trends. So okay, I got to tell you guys something funny that I did with this. So it was basically how people are making money with Google, right? And it worked. I created a video on it and it popped off. And I can't find the exact, oh, there it is. Earn $100 a day with Google News. And it was just popping. That one has 20,000 views. That was 5 months ago. And so I made a few of those videos and they were all doing better than the rest of my videos, hitting this trend. And so I created another video and I'm like, oh, I can't make another one. I've already done like 4 or 5 of these. So all I did is, with keeping Google in the title, I said how to make money online without Google. I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. And it worked because I still used Google. So I was still hitting the trend, and whatever the algorithm, for some reason, pushing that out, it still picked my video up and it did well.
Wow. Okay. So maybe we can tie that. I mean, Nathan, maybe you can comment on this one. Question from Zach. Okay. Are you concerned about riding trend waves though, because they can fall off quick and come back quick?
I'm not concerned about it. I get what you're saying, Zach, is because you're like, well, if I create a video piggybacking off of a trend, it's not going to be evergreen, which is true. And so there's 2 sides to YouTube. There's YouTube search, because I think even still to this day, it's the second largest search engine in the world. People are searching for specific things. So you can focus your channel on search content, which then you're not relying on a trend like what Zach's talking about. And so then people can find your videos way later down the line. And search traffic is also very powerful. I guess I never brought this up in the training, but there are 2 different ways to use YouTube. Using their algorithm to push your video out, which in my opinion you're going to get a lot more results with that. And I hate to say that because I've always been a search guy on YouTube over the years. Work on search. But I don't have the data, and I don't know with small channels if you can do that in a competitive niche. However, I do know if it's not as competitive, like we were talking about Jack earlier, you can rank for things like that. So something that's not mainstream, it's not trending, you can rank for things like that. But the algorithm, not the search side, the algorithm where if you start getting recommended by YouTube, it'll change your life. One video can change your life. You get one video that you took the time to structure it right, where you have your hook, your call to action, you're delivering value, you're making people feel like they're getting something from you. If you do that right and you give a call to action to build your business and YouTube pushes it out, it'll change your life. That's literally what happened to me just on a handful of videos. It wasn't like all my videos go viral. I'm with a channel of 380,000 subscribers. It's not uncommon for me to get 900 views, maybe 1,000 views. But when you have a video where YouTube just blasts it off and you start getting 3, 4, 5, 600,000 views, and you did the work to put the structure of that video, like we talked about earlier, it's game over. It is game over because it's just so powerful with a long form piece of content that think like going viral on Instagram or TikTok, but you're not spending 30 seconds with somebody. They're spending 3, 4, 5 minutes with you. And so the credibility just from that pre-sale in the video, they are way more apt to opt in and later purchase whatever it is.
Got you. And Nathan, I also have a question for you because me and Nate, right? We both of our YouTube small. I have about like 5,000 subscribers, but this year we're gonna focus on our YouTube channels more, right? Channels, I pick up another strategy. I need your honest opinion on this one. Maybe you are doing this as well. So the strategy is just like you say, we need to have one very good video. So I might create a very good presentation video as long form format, but I'm gonna publish, basically repurpose my IG or TikTok videos, YouTube shorts. So I can have 10, 20 YouTube shorts out there and they all put in traffic. But I link those YouTube shorts to that one main video. So I use shorts to bring in traffic, but inside YouTube shorts, it shows related video, right? When they click on that related video, I send them to that one good presentation video I'm making. Do you think that will work?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah. And what's cool about that is if you can literally do what you're saying, create 20, 30, 40 different shorts. If it's all related to the same topic, I believe you can still have that one video that you link down there and they click to it. And the whole point of that is to get them away from the short form, get them onto the long form. So that way they spend more time with you and you build your authority and trust factor a lot faster that way. Yeah, no, I like that strategy. I've used that before, what you're talking about on the short where you link the related video. But if you have one video, long form, I believe, if anybody knows, drop it in the comments. But I believe that you can link that long video to as many shorts as you want.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Where it asks you when you're posting that short to link to a long form. Yeah.
Yeah. When I post short, I can select related video, then add a long form video to
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's see what other questions that we have. Okay. From Adrian, how do you balance creating trend-based content that gets quick views with evergreen videos like listicles and reviews that build long-term growth and authority on YouTube?
I kind of just play it by ear. So the balancing act is I kind of just alternate. So I'll do like, okay, one of the things that I target is affiliate marketing. So on my channel, let me see if I scroll up. When's the last time I actually created one? Okay, so a month ago. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you want to share your screen or no?
It's just 5 videos back. So I'm just kind of seeing if there's a pattern here of how often I do it. And it looks like, yeah, so 5 to that one and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so over 5 or 6 videos, it looks like where I mention something that is not like a trend, but I'm targeting something people are searching for or interested in, like affiliate marketing.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So if you guys have any more questions, drop them in the comment down below. And before we take any more questions, Nathan, how people can follow you? Because I think the people are receiving tremendous value from you today. If people want to dive in deeper, right, follow you and perhaps maybe learning from you, how can they find you?
Yeah. So on social media, you can look up Nathan Lucas. My handle's at Mr. Nathan Lucas. And that's going to be your IG, Facebook. And then my YouTube channel is called Freedom Influencer. You can just simply search Freedom Influencer on YouTube, and that's my channel.
Okay, Freedom Influencer. Okay, see.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you guys can go and just search for, if you are on YouTube, search Freedom Influencer. If you are on the IG or Facebook, right? Just search Nathan Lucas, his name, okay?
I wanted to quickly mention one more thing that I didn't put in the training, which we all know is important no matter what platform you're on, and that's consistency, right? And it's the name of the game. And I'll tell you, I took such a long break. In September, I started posting again, and I got demonetized because I think it was over a year without posting a video, and YouTube will demonetize you. So I was posting a ton to get that back and just to get my channel back for YouTube to say, oh yeah, he's back, he's posting again. And I've seen trainings like on Instagram too, where people say these algorithms that these platforms use, they kind of have, are you just posting or are you a creator? And nobody really knows the threshold, but consistency helps you. Basically, they're saying, is this person a creator? Are they actually here to create on our platform? And they're evaluating you. And I don't know the data on it, but I know that YouTube is the same way. Like if you stay consistent, they're going to give you more love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely need to start making more videos. That's for sure. That's why me and Daniel invested in the Elgato teleprompters.
Yeah,
so we can start making more more YouTube videos, and for webinars and stuff.
Yeah. Has anyone heard of the Captions app for short form content?
Yeah, I'm using it.
Yeah, dude, that app, I'm waiting for the day because they have if you pay for the premium, they have an auto edit feature and it edits your short content for you. It is sick. It works so well. And so I'm waiting for the day that they announce we're now allowing you to do long form, because I've been searching for months, or even over a year, for the perfect AI editing app where you literally can do a talking head and it edits for you, like does graphics and all this stuff, which it exists for short form. It's the Captions app, but it doesn't allow for long form. And I know that there's, like, what is it called? CapCut. So there's CapCut, there's Descript. Like I've tried these and looked into these. None of them, in my opinion, work as well as the Captions app, where I'm literally, if you do it has to be kind of talking head though. You click a button, it's going to edit it for you. I'm waiting for the day that happens with long form content because that's sick.
Opus is pretty good to turn your long form into short form.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I tried Opus when it was.
It's really good at editing and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
Universal is, even me and Daniel can't find that. We still have a YouTube manager and an editor to do that for us.
But the Caption app is very powerful, but I think that's only available for iPhone users, right? Because like Nate using Android. So
is it? I'm not sure.
Only iPhone, yeah.
I can't download it on an Android.
Discrimination.
Hey, Nathan, got another question from Adrian for you, okay? I think this one is important. So I see you that you have Freedom Influencer Store. So how is that working for you? And also, how is it working with Spreadshop as well? Since I'm going to be doing a lot of branding and lives, I will want to do something similar.
How is it working? It's not. I'd have to check my stuff. I don't think I've made a single sale, and it's been up there for, I want to say 4 or 5 months, maybe 3 or 4 months. I was like, oh, I guess I have this option again. I'm going to throw my store up there. But it's what I'm wearing here, which is Affiliate Marketing Pro, but my channel is Freedom Influencer. So I was just testing it to see if something would happen. Nothing happens. But I would say if you do want to make sales with it, like I have 0 calls to action. I don't tell people about it. But if I did, and it was, I was more strategic about the branding, sure, yeah, you could make money with it. And then to answer your second question, how was Spreadshop working with it? Awesome. Like Spreadshop's simply a print on demand site where it's free. They take the cut and you don't have, nothing's out of pocket. It's really cool.
Yeah. We had our own Wealth Warriors storefront ourselves 2 years ago, I think it was, when we launched EIE, and I think we made a few sales from students, and that was it.
Yeah.
Merchandise is not worth it. Dude, it cost me more to ship the t-shirts than it did to make the damn things.
Yeah. I think
I was like, well, because I was having them made locally and then I would ship them out, right? It cost me, I think, $17.99 to make the shirt and stuff, really good quality and stuff, but it cost me over $25 to ship it.
Yeah.
It was like there's like no point in even doing it, because who's gonna pay $45 for a freaking t-shirt?
I mean, we were just doing small quantities. I mean, for internal. If we really want to do merchant, we're gonna be working with factory. They take care of all the production, shipping, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Merch, I think, like for us and what we do, I think the biggest thing where merch can help is branding.
Branding,
If you have other people wearing your stuff, it's really good for branding and awareness. But I mean, I like to keep it simple. I mean, I know there's how you can have it made and stuff, and it's usually better quality. Now I just do print on demand. It's so
Awesome.
much easier.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. All right. Do you guys have any more questions?
Redbubble is another good one for that too.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually sold a few things on Redbubble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do the same thing. You just put your logo, you put your design on there. When somebody purchases, they take a cut. The thing with Redbubble is they actually push your content out. They'll run ads to your freaking products and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember I was searching, you know how you take a video from TikTok and put it into snaptic.app and that video to take off the thing. I remember doing that, and all of a sudden, boom, there's my logging design from freaking Redbubble sitting there on the freaking app. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, and also going back to after watching this training, right? I mean, you reminded me because when I first got started, my first year of promoting Jonathan's Freedom Breakthrough, right? On YouTube, I only focused on doing review videos, basically like what Jack is doing right now. So one video pop off. So I basically compare Freedom Breakthrough versus whatever programs out there. What's the difference, right? And I did a lot of videos on that. One video pop off, and that video bring me like daily leads, right? I have them message me on Facebook. Then I learned how to close them in DM. That's how I have daily high ticket sales. That gave me my first 100K review videos.
That's huge. 100K, you know?
Yeah,
that's huge.
That's definitely what I want to start doing is more review videos, especially that comparison, right?
Yeah.
Compare Pop to Legacy, compare Pop to DWA, right? Compare Pop and then just keep doing a bunch of them, right? And
yeah, there's another guy on YouTube who does exactly that. I don't remember his name, but his channel's Funnel Scene. You ever heard of that guy?
No.
He compared and creates review videos as all of them were coming out. I don't think he's found yours yet, but he did Jonathan's and stuff. He just does a lot of software stuff and courses and high level stuff and all of it. But that's really what he focuses on, and I think he does pretty well.
Yeah, review videos won't make you go viral, but it's very targeted. No. It's the only people who are maybe on the fence, ready to buy one of the programs, but they want to have more information. Then there's the search product review video. So if you get your review video, rank it on the first page, you basically have a lot of releads coming in every single day.
You need a lot less views to make more sales with those types of videos because people are in a buyer mindset. They just want another opinion about it, and they're doing. They already know about the product.
Right. That's when we come in. Hi, Jack.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I mean, if you guys are happy with the training today, please drop number 9 down below. Okay, let's give Nathan Lucas another big round of applause, and make sure you guys go look him up. Nathan Lucas on Facebook, Instagram, right? Or follow his YouTube channel, okay? Freedom Influencer. You guys gonna learn so much from him, okay? And Nathan, do you have any final words you want to speak to the audience?
Make it happen. It can happen for you. You just gotta put in the work and get better at it. That's it. Just do it.
Awesome. I want to say thank you for your time, man, for coming on. You're dropping tons of value, man. I learned a lot already too. So Daniel and stuff, I'm sure our students did too. So I just want to say thank you for your time, man, for coming on. Right, it's much appreciated. It's always a pleasure having you on and chit chatting and stuff. So
thanks for having me back out.
Videos.
Cheers.
Have a great day, everybody.